France's far-right leader Marine Le Pen has been found guilty of embezzling European funds and has been banned from running for office for 5 years. The ruling means Ms Le Pen will be unable to take part in the presidential race in 2 years' time unless she wins an appeal. She was also given a 4-year prison sentence but is not expected to serve any time in jail.
Bonjour, Madame Le Pen.
Marine Le Pen arrives at the Constitutional Court in Paris this morning. The far-right leader has been found guilty of illegally financing her National Rally party using EU funds and has been banned from running for public office for 5 years with an immediate effect. Ms Le Pen left the courtroom before hearing the sentence.
Madame Le Pen, vous allez faire quoi, s'il vous plaît?
The ruling means she will not be able to contest in the presidential election in 2027, in which she's currently the front runner according to opinion polls. Ms Le Pen, seen here arriving at her party's headquarters later today, intends to appeal the ruling. The court found that Marine Le Pen and 24 other party figures diverted over €3 million of European Parliament funds intended for parliamentary assistance to pay her party staff based in France. Ms Le Pen's supporters in France and Europe see the ruling as politically motivated. Italy's Deputy Prime Minister Matteo Salvini called it a declaration of war by Brussels. Hungary's Viktor Orban wrote simply, "Je suis Marine," I am Marine. The Dutch far-right politician Geert Wilders said he was shocked by the incredibly tough verdict. Back home, members of the French Parliament from various political parties said that justice must be respected. Ms Le Pen's catastrophic setback clears the way for the National Rally's president, 29-year-old Jordan Bardella, to become the far-right presidential candidate. Ms Le Pen has also been given a 4-year prison sentence with 2 years under an electronic tag rather than in custody and 2 suspended. Tanya Reut, RT News.
Well, our Europe editor Tony Connolly joins us now from Brussels. Tony, a lot to unpick there. How is this likely to play out?
Well, David, this is really going to lead, I think, to a political crisis in France because of the gravity of the charges and the gravity of the sentence for Marine Le Pen. Now, in the short term, Jordan Bardella, who's the president of the National Rally, has announced a petition for what he calls a peaceful mobilisation. He said that this is an outright assault on democracy. Marine Le Pen is completely innocent, and he calls it the dictatorship of judges. Now, that is essentially aligning himself and the party with a transnational critique of this ruling by people like Elon Musk, who's talked about how the radical left, when they can't win by political means, they win through the judiciary. Obviously, that's one opinion. On the other hand, this was a fairly compelling case by the prosecution. So what happens next? Marine Le Pen, of course, will appeal, as Tanya mentioned in her report there. She's going to go on French TV at 8 o'clock this evening. That's in about an hour's time, Irish time. We'll hear more there about what she intends to do. Now, she could decide to threaten, at least, to bring down the government, which is a shaky coalition government led by the centrist François Bayrou. That would be certainly signalling her displeasure at what's happened, but that obviously brings its own risks. The problem for the National Rally is that they didn't appear to have made any contingency planning for this outcome, and it thrusts Jordan Bardella into the limelight. He's 29 years old. She had always seen him as her prime minister when she became president in 2027, and he may be simply regarded as too young at 29 to be a candidate for the Elysée in 2 years' time. But this really will add tension to the political scene in France, which, as you know, has been extremely unstable for the past year and a half.
OK, Tony Connolly, thanks for that.